Stand by, St. Louis, for action. You've got a ringside seat for the action and excitement of professional wrestling. This is KDNL TV All-Star Wrestling.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of All-Star Wrestling. I'm Kevin Wall, and this hour, a very busy hour of action coming up. We will get a look at the world champion, Ric Flair, in action. Also, we are going to be talking with one of the best tag teams to come along, young tag teams at that, in many, many years. An exciting young tag team. They call themselves the Uptown Boys. We'll get a chance to visit with them later on in the hour. Also, a match that people around the Central States area have been asking for. They've been talking about it, and we're going to have it for you. A special cage match involving Buzz the Avalanche Tyler and the newly crowned Central States champion, Crazy Luke Graham. So an exciting chance to visit with the Uptown Boys, one of the most exciting tag teams to come along in many, many a moon here in the Central States area. We are talking about Tommy Rogers and Marty Jannetty. They have excited crowds around the nation. They are now coming to the Central States area out of Columbus, Georgia. The Uptown Boys, Marty Jannetty and Tommy Rogers, coming into the arena now, and hopefully we'll get a chance to visit with Marty Jannetty and Tommy Rogers. They call themselves the Uptown Boys. They hail from Columbus, Georgia, and they are two talented young wrestlers. And ladies and gentlemen, here they come, the Uptown Boys. Marty Jannetty, Tommy Rogers. You bring a unique brand of excitement to professional wrestling.
That's right, Kevin. You know, me and Marty's got together. I want to thank all the people in Kansas City because you've done nothing but support me since I've been here. And you're going to keep on supporting us, and we're going to get those Grapplers, T.G. Stone, Scott Ferris, everybody, baby.
All right, Marty Jannetty, when you came to the Central States area, you said that you had your sights set, along with Tommy Rogers, on the Grapplers Central States Tag Team title.
That's exactly right. You know, we've been trained by the best. Now we're going to be the best. We're going to be your team. Get out here, support us. We're going to give you 100%. You Grapplers, Luke Graham, T.G. Stone, step aside because the new kids are in town.
Marty Jannetty, I have never seen a young tag team take the Central States area by storm like you have.
We're working on it hard every day. We're training hard every day. Looking forward to a lot of tough competition.
All right, there you have it. Marty Jannetty, Tommy Rogers, they call themselves the Uptown Boys. And we'll come back with more on All-Star Wrestling right after this. All right, the Major League of Professional Wrestling coming Friday, May 11th to Keel Auditorium. All the action begins at 7:30. The big main event, everybody for weeks has been talking about it. Chris Adams against Jimmy Garvin. Now, if Adams wins, well, Sunshine will get 5 minutes in the ring with Precious. That's something that people around the country have been wanting to see. Then, Chief Wahoo McDaniel teams up with Barry Windham against Harley Race and Big Tough Crusher Blackwell. A lumberjack match on this card also. Blackjack Lanza against Ken Patera. You'll see the Grapplers, the High Flyers. Dick the Bruiser, Baron Von Raschke is really a who's who of professional wrestling, and it's all coming to Keel Auditorium. Also on this card, you will see this man, the man they call Crazy Luke Graham, as he tangles with Tommy Rogers.
Tommy Rogers. Listen, the Bruiser couldn't stop me in St. Louis. There's a lot of guys that you just named couldn't stop me in St. Louis. So don't send a boy to do a man's job and think he's going to get it done, because him or nobody else ain't going to beat Luke Graham nowhere, and especially in St. Louis. I love St. Louis, and I know those people love me up there, and I ain't going to let you down. I'm going to tear this kid apart. I'm going to put him out of professional wrestling right away and save him a lot of suffering.
Well, now you know why they call him Crazy Luke. Don't forget, tickets are on sale right now. They're on sale at the Keel Auditorium box office, all famous bar stores, Regal Sports, Team Tags, and tickets. Call Dial-Tick 644-1700 or call for reservations right now, 241-1010. Again, the big main event, Chris Adams. On wall back to remind you of the great All-Star Wrestling card coming to Keel Auditorium on Friday night, May 11th, 7:30. All of these matches are main events anywhere in the country, Maple Leaf Gardens, anywhere in the country, but they're all coming to Keel Auditorium Friday night, May 11th. The big main event, everybody around the country has been talking about it. Chris Adams tangling with Jimmy Garvin. If Adams wins, Sunshine gets 5 minutes in the ring with Precious. Then you'll see Chief Wahoo McDaniel teaming up with Barry Windham against this man, a 7-time world champion, Harley race, and big 450-pound Crusher Blackwell. Then you'll see a lumberjack match. Ken Patera against Blackjack Lanza. That should be something to see. You'll see the High Flyers, the Grapplers, Dick the Bruiser, Baron Von Raschke, Crazy Luke Graham, and many, many more. And it's all coming to Keel Auditorium. Tickets are on sale right now at the Keel Auditorium box office, all famous bar stores, Regal Sports, Team Togs, and tickets. Call Dial-Tick 644-1700. And for reservations, call right now, 241-1010. Well, Wahoo McDaniels has been trying to get a single match with you, but he has been unsuccessful. Now he's going the tag team route.
Well, I don't care what route Wahoo McDaniels decides to take. I don't care if whatever he wants to do. Now, just get in the ring one more time around, Wahoo, and we're going to end it for you. You chose Barry Windham. I told you I didn't want anything else to do with you. I took a beating with a strap, but I salvaged the Missouri title. I proved who the man was when it come down to dollars and cents. Now this comes down to just damned out pride. And I'll prove to you again, Wahoo, who the best team is. Blackwell and I are going to pound you and Barry Windham until you're going to beg us to stop and leave you alone. And then I'm going to let Blackwell squash you like you would a grape.
This event is one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Your referee, Sonny Myers. Introducing from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 223 pounds, one half of the Uptown Boys, Tommy Rogers. His opponent from Hollywood, California, weighing 247 pounds, Roger Nature Boy Kirby.
Well, now the ring veteran against the youngster, Roger Kirby. They call him the Nature Boy against Tommy Rogers. And I got to tell you, I have never seen excitement as I have seen from the Uptown Boys in their very short stay here in the Central States area. Tommy Rogers has been here, and I tell you, Marty Jannetty has simply made Tommy Rogers a better wrestler. You talk about chemistry on tag teams, and sometimes it works. Look at that, a right hand. This is the new aggressive Tommy Rogers. I have never seen him quite like this. When he came to the Central States area, he was a bit tentative. But he has been anything but tentative since Marty Jannetty, a good friend from Columbus, Georgia, joined him here in the Central States area. Tommy now makes his home in Atlanta. Nice arm drag by Tommy Rogers. Gets a 1 count out of it. Now a little hair pulling by Roger Kirby. This is really perhaps Rogers' stiffest test so far here in the Central States area. You're coming up against a guy who's held just about every major title there is. He's held the tag team titles, the Central States title. Not the only title that has escaped Roger Nature Boy Kirby has been the world's heavyweight wrestling title. And a pretty good one holds it right now in Ric Flair. Twisting that left arm of Roger Kirby. And don't forget, still to come, speaking of the world champion, we will take a look at Nature Boy Ric Flair. Understand he's coming back to the Central States area very soon. Whoop, down goes Kirby. Rogers goes after it again, but wait a minute. Up over that top ring rope. Both Kirby and Rogers are down on the floor. There you get a look at him. Well, there's a fist. But Tommy Rogers comes right back. Kirby and Rogers just going toe-to-toe outside the ring. Let's see who gets back up in there. They're both being counted out by Sonny Myers. There's Rogers with a right hand to the jaw of Roger Kirby. Well, I tell you, Rogers just really going after Roger Kirby. He is a totally different wrestler than the one we saw several months ago. Now going for that pin, but he's got the tights of Tommy Rogers, using them for leverage. Sonny Myers right on top of the action. And again, using those tights for leverage. I don't think Sonny Myers, from his vantage point, can see it. Of course, congratulations are in order to great wrestling fans in St. Louis and Wichita and Kansas City. I know a lot of fans of the major indoor soccer league teams. Very happy about their teams going to the MISL playoffs. Also want to talk a little bit about Springfield, Illinois. Some great shows coming your way. There's a forearm from Roger Kirby. And, of course, big cards coming up in Decatur. Boy, great fans up in the Springfield, Illinois area. Oh, wait a minute. A fist from Tommy Rogers, another. And Rogers just wailing away at Roger Kirby, and Kirby wants to think about it. He may have bit off more than he can chew in this match. Rogers comes right after Kirby. And this is what we mean by the new aggressive. Rogers takedown with the tights. That was a choke. Of course, all the good fans watching up on Channel 55. I believe that's WRSP TV. Channel 55 in Springfield. Look at him. Kirby standing on the left hand of Tommy Rogers. Now bangs Rogers into that ring turnbuckle. Now turning Rogers away from the referee if he can. That's one thing that Kirby does so well, is he'll screen the referee. He can use a thumb. He can use a thrust. He can do some hair pulling if he wants to. Down goes Kirby. Using the tights again for leverage. Now this time, though, Rogers turns Kirby over. And let's see if he breaks. No, he does not. Oh, and that has Kirby a little bit excited. It's rather unusual to see Roger Kirby complaining about somebody breaking the rules. He's broken the entire NWA rulebook in his time. And then some. Rogers now backed up into that corner. Oh, and Kirby missed. That is something you can't do and survive in this sport. Kirby is down. Boy, that was a critical mistake, and Roger Kirby paid for it. That knee to the midsection by Tommy Rogers. Or by Kirby, rather, on Rogers. Now being warned about the use of the fist by referee Sonny Myers. Let's see what Kirby has in store for Rogers now. Kirby with that boot. And that hurt Tommy Rogers. And again, kicking him with that right boot. Rubbing that boot against the eyes of Tommy Rogers. This is what Kirby does so well. You weaken an opponent gradually, and again across the eyes with that bottom of his ring boot. Now being warned by referee Sonny Myers. There's a fist to the midsection, another. But Kirby comes right back. uppercut by Tommy Rogers. And another fist. Well, Tommy Rogers, it's almost like he's saying, hey, I've had enough of this. Up and over goes Kirby. Let's see if he gets the pin. He gets a 2 count, and that's all he gets. Up goes Kirby. Down he goes. Again, he goes for the pin. Let's see if he gets it. No, again, he gets a 2 count, and Kirby kicks out. Ooh, and a headbutt using those tights. Kirby and Tommy Rogers really hurting. Let's see who's going to get up first. Being counted by Sonny Myers. Oh, and Kirby taking advantage of a dazed Tommy Rogers. Now being choked over that bottom ring rope. Look at him. He's just choking him on that ring rope. Being ordered to break by Sonny Myers, but Kirby doesn't. He is just choking Tommy Rogers over that bottom ring rope. What could Kirby be thinking of? Now he's got Rogers out on the ring apron. Well, he's being counted out by Sonny Myers. Now is back up in the ring, but Rogers is still in trouble. Well, he's got to allow Rogers back up into the ring. I don't know how Kirby can do this. Again, being warned by referee Sonny Myers. And again, Kirby goes right back after him, but hold everything. Rogers just grabbing at the eyes of Roger Kirby. And Kirby, I don't think, can see a lick. Rogers comes back with that fist to the forehead. And another. And that dazes Kirby. Roger Kirby swinging at nothing. Look at him. He's just swinging at nothing. I don't think Kirby can see anything. Rogers just wailing away at Roger Kirby. What a match this has been. And right now, Roger Kirby down in a heap. Let's see if they get the pin. Count is 1, count is 2, and somehow Roger Kirby just barely powers out. And this is the new aggressive Tommy Rogers, part of the Uptown Boys. Now Kirby pulling hair, but Rogers comes right back. And a boot to the midsection. This is where Rogers has really improved as a wrestler. That's a fist. Sonny Myers didn't see it. Oh, but Kirby comes back with that elbow. Together with that hip. And again, Kirby coming down off that bottom ring rope with that boot to the back of the head. And let's see what Kirby has in store for Tommy Rogers. And Rogers down on the floor below us. Tommy Rogers being counted out by Sonny Myers. Now ordering Kirby back up into the ring. He resumes the count on Tommy Rogers. And Kirby sends Rogers down again onto that hardwood arena floor. Well, I tell you, both these wrestlers have taken tremendous punishment. Kirby heads out to try and wrap up Tommy Rogers, but is ordered back in. Finally comes out. Here's Kirby with a right hand, and down again goes Tommy Rogers. And now Kirby out onto the arena floor with Tommy Rogers. We're going to scatter down here. And head first into that ring turnbuckle. Head first into that ring post, rather. And Tommy Rogers is down on the floor. Sonny Myers in to examine him. But there appears to be a cut on the forehead of Tommy Rogers. Well, Roger Kirby being counted out. Rogers his face just a mass of blood. Tommy Rogers is up, but you can see that gash on the forehead. And Rogers up into the ring. What a match this has been. And I don't think Tommy Rogers can see. Oh, again with those fists trying to open that cut even wider. And Tommy Rogers is in serious difficulty here. Kirby showing Tommy Rogers no mercy at all. Not even allowing Rogers up into the ring. Opening that cut even wider. Sonny Myers now ordering Kirby to allow. Wait a minute. Rogers with a chair up into the ring. And now he bangs Kirby. And he still has the chair. Look at Tommy Rogers. He has gone berserk. He knocks Sonny Myers down. Now Kirby. Look at him. Sonny Myers is down on the canvas. Tommy Rogers has just gone berserk. A lot of frustration coming out here on the part of Tommy Rogers. And that sends Kirby out onto the arena floor. Roger Kirby out right here on the arena floor below us. I think Sonny Myers is going to have to stop this. And now here comes Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty trying to calm down Tommy Rogers.
Roger Nature Boy Kirby.
Well, and it's hard to believe when you consider that it was Roger Kirby who originally would not listen to the referee, and now Tommy Rogers has something he wants to say.
Kirby, you started something you ain't gonna be able to finish, boy. I guarantee you that, Kirby. Your day's coming, boy, and you're gonna pay.
Well, there you have it. Marty Jannetty up there in the ring with Tommy Rogers. But Rogers disqualified in his match with Roger Nature Boy Kirby. Well, we'll continue on All-Star Wrestling, but let's take this. Raymond St. Louis, you take a look at Greg Gagne and Jimmy Brunzell.
You know, St. Louis is probably the best town me and my partners ever wrestled at because, brother, there's people everywhere. It's pandemonium and mayhem. And I'm going to tell you something. Since we won these titles right here, the Central States Tag Team titles, they're coming out of the woodwork, brother. They're coming from everywhere, wanting a shot at the Grapplers. Greg Gagne and Jim Brunzell, they call themselves the High Flyers. They can jump, they can leapfrog, they can drop kick, they can do a lot of things. I'm going to tell you two boys something right now. We respect you as athletes and great competitors, but we're the same. We ain't backing off 1 ounce. When it comes down to hold and hold inside that squared circle in St. Louis, we're going to prove we're the better team. Beat us if you...
Well, as you can see, our ring is being readied for the special cage match still to come here on All-Star Wrestling involving the man they call Crazy Luke Graham and Buzz the Avalanche Tyler. But first, we all know that Nature Boy Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, is returning to the Central States area very soon. We want to take a look at the lifestyle of Nature Boy Ric Flair. A lot of people saying that the lifestyle maybe is catching up with Ric Flair. The women, the fast cars, the different city each night. Maybe it's catching up and that maybe Nature Boy Ric Flair is ready to be upset. Well, let's take a look at the Nature Boy, the world champion, Ric Flair.
This event is one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Introducing from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing 285 pounds, Buzz Avalanche Tyler. His opponent from New York, weighing 302 pounds, the Central States champion, Crazy Luke Graham.
Well, Crazy Luke Graham stepping into the ring, and as you can see, he has that Central States title belt, which previously belonged to Buzz Tyler. Well, the cage match has begun, and that is exactly what can happen to you. It is pretty much anything goes inside that cage, and he goes headfirst into that cage. Well, Graham trying to climb out of it, but he can't. Well, Graham asking for mercy. He gets none. Instead, Buzz Tyler just bangs him off of that cage. This is pretty much what we expected. It is really the height of brutality when you put two men caged like animals into a 7-foot steel cage. And oh, look at Graham. Well, the title belts, the money, it doesn't mean anything inside the cage. The cage has been locked just to our right. You see the door on the far side of the ring. And now Graham is cut just here's above the right eye. Buzz Tyler has opened that cut. Buzz Tyler believes that he should own that Central States title belt. Well, now Graham in a difficult situation here. Buzz Tyler trying to wedge Graham's head between those openings, and it just opens that cut even wider. And of course, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide inside this steel cage. And again, Graham head first into that steel cage. This is something you don't get to see very often on television. And I think the reasons are pretty obvious. It is a very, very brutal match. Now Graham trying to climb out again. Trying to go over the top of it. And down he comes. Crazy Luke Graham. Look at him just twitching. Oh, and Tyler with that fist. And the blood all over the face of Crazy Luke Graham. It is not a very pretty sight. We are going to take this match to our TV time limit. Graham, to his credit, coming back. But he appears to be in very serious difficulty. Next week on All-Star Wrestling, the return of Big Tough Art Cruz. Another boot to the midsection by Tyler. And again, Graham looking like he wants to climb out of that cage. And he's got Tyler. Oh, who goes head first into that cage again. Well, this time, Crazy Luke Graham dishing out some of the medicine he received from Buzz Tyler. And again, head first into that steel cage. And it appears that a cut has opened on the forehead of Buzz Tyler. So both wrestlers are cut early. It is so easy to do, though, on this steel cage. Oh, now look at him. Right hand after right hand under that cut. And now they're going to try and examine that cut, it looks like. They're going to examine that cut. But apparently Graham says, hey, I don't need any exam. He instead takes a fist to the midsection. Boy, and the crowd just going berserk here in ringside. They can't believe what they're seeing. Crazy Luke Graham with that two-hander down across the back of the head of Buzz Tyler. Now again going after that cut. Also next week on All-Star Wrestling, we'll take a look at the tag team champions, the Grapplers. Oh, a fist to the midsection. And this has really taken a toll on both wrestlers. Whoever wins this match, he will know he has been through a war. There's a fist to the midsection. And another from Buzz Tyler. Oh, and that hurt Graham. Look at that. Crazy Luke Graham. Oh, Buzz Tyler coming right after Graham now. There's Graham. Wait a minute. Oh, and head first goes Tyler. And now Graham reaching into those tights for something. I don't know what he's got. But he's reaching into it. And he appears to have something on that thumb. Wait a minute. He missed with the right thumb. He missed with it. And apparently a cut is open on that thumb, that right thumb of Crazy Luke Graham. And now Tyler just pushing that thumb into that cage. He has used that right thumb repeatedly on wrestlers around the Central States area. And now Buzz Tyler is making him pay. Just stomping that right hand. And again. I don't know if that thumb is, it's just a cut or if it might be broken because he's been stomping on that thumb for the last 30 seconds. And now Tyler goes into that steel cage. And now again, reaching into those tights. He's got something else, and I don't know what it is. He missed with whatever it was. He missed. Atomic drop, and Graham is down. It is a set of brass knuckles. That is exactly what it is. A set of brass knuckles on the left hand of Crazy Luke Graham. The avalanche comes down. Let's see if he gets the pin. The count is 3. Buzz Tyler defeats the Central States champion Crazy Luke Graham in a cage match, despite the fact that Graham tried to use that set of brass knuckles. Look at the brass knuckles on that left hand. You can see them perfectly there. Bobby Whitlock over making the announcement. Now, wait a minute. Graham uses those brass knuckles on Buzz Tyler. And again using the brass knuckles. Repeatedly. Bobby Whitlock does not see it, but he has a set of brass knuckles. And is using them on Buzz Tyler. Tyler is your winner. Bobby Whitlock has not seen the brass knuckles as yet. But Buzz Tyler is your winner. Well, that's going to do it. Look at him, head first into that steel cage. I'm Kevin Wall. Join us again next week for another exciting edition of